It's an early evening basketball showdown between a pair of rivals tonight in the SEC. Florida comes calling on 18th ranked Tennessee in a series that dates to 1927, and it's been one of college basketball's best. It's been games that have come down to the wire, and packed houses in front of top 25 teams, buzzer beaters on both home floors. A game coached by legends Billy Donovan and Bruce Pearl in some masterful matchups, and led by stars. The two-time national champs Noah and Horford all played central roles in this one, as did Schofield and Williams. When you go on the road to do the Gator Chomp, you know the game matters, and that's what we've got tonight. Welcome to the SEC on ESPN from Thompson Bowling Arena. It may be early, but it's already loud. Tom Hart, Jimmy Dykes, and it's not early for this Tennessee basketball team, Jimmy. They're a top 20 team, but they're one of the rare teams who has reinvented themselves throughout the year.
Yeah, they have, and when these two teams get together, it just means more, like it typically does in the SEC. Tennessee has reset themselves with the emergence of Uros Plavsic. He's averaging 10 points, 7 rebounds in his 3 starts. It's not so much the points and the rebounds, it's the toughness, the grit, and just that steel-jawed defensive, we will not back down from anyone that Plavsic has brought to this Tennessee lineup. And he sets the rules of how the game's going to be played. And Rick Barnes has tremendous trust in this kid right now. A real force on the inside. He's all of 7'1", 250.
He played a key role in a defensive showdown against LSU. The Vols held LSU to its lowest scoring output all season in a 64-50 win. Meanwhile, this is a tough stretch for Florida. 3 games in 5 days. They just played Monday night at Ole Miss, and they're doing it without their star, center Colin Castleton again.
That's a really big loss to Florida, and this is a kid that, you know, Florida is 10 or 11 points better per 100 possessions when he's on the floor. What has Florida done with their offense without Castleton? They have been really heavy, Tom, on the three-point shot. 53% of their attempts have been from 3. The guys in white better tighten up tonight.
Man, they didn't make many of them against Ole Miss, just 4 for 29. Kawasi Reeves says, hey, Mr. Announcer, I got a 3 for your eye.
That's exactly what it is. Got Tennessee in a long closeout early. I'm a big fan of Kawasi Reeves. He's a yes sir, no sir kid, works his tail off. He's going to be a good one over the next couple of years.
And he makes another start in this one, his 6th consecutive start for this Florida team, which has won 3 of its last 4. Santiago Vescovi lets go at 3, and he knocks his first attempt down after a pump fake.
That shot fake by Vescovi is about as good as there is in this league right now. He leads the SEC, making about 3.5 threes per game.
Gators lost that game Monday night 70-54. Then they had kind of an NBA travel itinerary, Jimmy. They stayed the night in Oxford. They got up the next day. They practiced at Ole Miss's gym before getting on a plane and coming to Knoxville. You want to be a pro? This is kind of like what pros go through.
Yeah, because the reschedule of the canceled game earlier, Florida's going to go Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and the grind is on right now. Tom, against Tennessee, you are going to get screened, and you better screen them when you're on offense for Florida, because you will not get open if you don't set grown man screens.
Well, there's a wide screen from Jason Tatobo that Vescovi had to go around. It's like driving all the way around campus to get around the new Florida center. He's been good as a reserve, and now into a starting role with Castleton on the bench. And he throws up a jump hook over Plavsic.
He's been really good. I mean, he's not Castleton. He's a different low post player. He stays around that rim. And that's a big body guy that just had no fear of going at Plavsic early.
Yeah, he's been highly efficient. 3 games as a starter, shooting 80% from the floor. Here's Vescovi. And now Kennedy Chandler from the baseline. He's got his first 2.
I like what Chandler did. The pass was on point and on purpose, but he took up the defensive slack, drilled himself into a really nice 15-foot pull-up.
Among the changes for Florida over the last couple of weeks, the previous starting point guard Tyree Appleby now coming off the bench, and McKissick taking his spot turns it over. And Appleby in the starting lineup for the first time in a few games tonight. Vescovi throws another one in.
He's a brilliant shooter, especially early. When I say early, the first 8 seconds of the shot clock, man, he is so confident. And Tennessee with a hot ball to start with. And the best three-point shooter in terms of how many per game has already knocked down a couple. You can call him Vescovi, you can call him Vescovi. I call him one of the best three-point shooters in the SEC.
Someone's not doing their job.
Okay, let's keep going. Shopping for the game can be a minefield for young homeowners who have turned into their parents.
Can you believe how many different types of water they have in this aisle? Kim, did you just change blades back there? This is perfect. Jackpot, variety pack.
Remember, it's a football game, not a play date.
Roger that. One more slice.
It can be a lot.
Oh, good, the manager. Brian and Produce, very helpful.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Pulls to the left a little bit. Nope.
Well, defense has been an issue for Florida over the last half plus 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Ole Miss went 17 of 23 against them. Tennessee has started 3 for 3. That's 77% from the floor, including the last half at Ole Miss.
Tennessee plays a high contact game. It's led by Plavsic on the inside. But again, if you're Florida tonight, Tom, you can't just hold up a fist and think I got to screen someone. You've got to go find a white jersey and deliver a blow.
Shot clock now at 3 seconds. Appleby will launch, and he
Oh.
got it from the logo from the end.
Now 27 of his last 28 attempts are from the three-point line.
It's hard to
It's
fathom.
hard to imagine, yes.
Chandler continues to perfection. Tennessee has made its first 4 shots from the floor.
Oh, the shot by Appleby, though. That was from the E, right, in Tennessee?
I gave him the end, but yeah, only because my vision's off a little bit. It's a Florida team that has not been shooting the ball well. You mentioned all the attempts they had against Ole Miss from deep. Just 4 of 29 from 3. Ole Miss made 12 of its first 13 field goals in the second half. And that's a first miss of the game for Tennessee tonight.
And Tennessee had a mismatch. Appleby on Comlaw, and the ball never got even close to being delivered.
Mentioned how Tennessee has reinvented itself. This is a Florida team playing without their leader in points and rebounds, Colin Castleton. What do the Gators need to be in the half court to be successful?
Well, they got to find their offense in different ways. I mean, DeRugi's a guy that can go get you some. Jatobo's got to be a force around the rim, but the three-point shot, because they're taking so many, if they have one of those nights where they're going in like they are so far, you can be in trouble.
Couldn't find a Starbucks open this afternoon, but the bank is open here at Thompson Bowling.
If this isn't a great example of Appleby on a date night, I don't know what one is, right? A start like that, things are going well.
It's fancy. And he comes away with a steal, and now a burst to get into the front court. He will dish it, and McKissick finishes.
And a beautiful decision at the rim by Appleby, who got cracked across the nose, by the way. No foul call, but what a beautiful start by 22 in blue.
And it's his first start in the last 5 games. Looks like Tyree Appleby is playing with a little of emotion, and he's making the shots count.
It has been all Appleby. That was between the E and the N. That's what got him going. And again, that's all he's doing is shooting threes over the last 3 ball games and seen a good rim so far. Really nice rim decision by Appleby.
The land is dying, and the machines are out of control. Whatever comes, I will be ready.
Rated T for teen.
Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
Assuming all NBA players want rings.
Why do we have coasters if nobody gonna use them?
It's like assuming State Farm doesn't have great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
If Philly Garcia didn't have the fighting spirit to drive his ambition, he never would have left home for LA with only his car to sleep in. If he listened to those who rejected him, he never would have sold that car to pay for his dream. And if he lacked the will to improve his craft, he never would have made a name for himself, lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
At Skechers, ensuring your comfort and safety is all in a day's work. Skechers' rugged, slip-resistant safety toe footwear provides protection, plus many feature Goodyear rubber for enhanced traction and durability. And it'll keep you comfortable with Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Skechers safety toe footwear for men and women.
Real cowboys get customized car insurance with Liberty Mutual, so we only pay for what we need.
Hey, Tex. Did someone else get a turn?
Yeah, hang on, I'm back breaking on record. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Domino's new oven-baked dips are so new that we made a new commercial about their newness. Try new flavors like our cheesy marinara, baked apple, or hot and melty 5-cheese with our not new but still delicious twists. Carry out Domino's new oven-baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Horizon Forbidden West, rated T for teen, and Lexus. Experience amazing. February 27th, 2007, an amazing moment in this rivalry. The late, great Pat Summitt dressed up as a Tennessee cheerleader. Then she gave her hat to Dickie V. What a moment in Thompson Bowling, Jimmy Dykes.
She was all in on being a Vol, and being around Pat Summitt like I was, I learned from Pat Summitt, she demanded from her players to be a phenomenal player, but a phenomenal person is what she really hit home on, and she knocked it out of the park in that area. A beautiful lady that I was blessed to spend a lot of time with talking ball over the years.
8 national championships, and Dickie V on the sideline as he has been for so many great games. We'll miss his voice in college basketball this season. Kennedy Chandler commits a foul. It's his first. This is the kind of rivalry that Dick loves about college basketball. It's Florida, it's Tennessee, it's two teams scratching and clawing for positioning within the league.
If he was here right now, he would be saying the same thing I am. Is Tennessee at that magic level ready to play? They were coming off a very emotional packed house building on Saturday. I was here with Carl Ravage, and they've been feeling pretty good about themselves the last couple of days, and they look at Florida coming off a loss to Ole Miss. Where are you when the ball was tipped up? So far, advantage Florida.
It's been such an up and down season for Tennessee. They're able to come back from that Kentucky drubbing and win on the road against Vanderbilt. And before that LSU win, put a couple together. It was an energetic but lively practice today for the Volunteers. Appleby off the mark. Here's Ziegler. And Vescovi commits the foul.
That's the right call. Good job by Myron Jones to get back and get his feet set. That speed of Ziegler is outstanding. Vescovi gets out in front of it, and Jones just gets back and get the feet set. Florida more than dialed in the first 5+ minutes of this game on both ends of the floor.
3 turnovers in a row for Tennessee. Volunteers will show a little 3-quarter court with Zakai Ziegler, at the front of that. He is boost off the bench, and Anthony Duruji with a little jump stop and bucket.
Duruji is a problem because now he has developed, he can go right or left, and he's always been good off of 2 feet, but you can no longer shade him to take away that right hand, that time going with his left to get to the rim.
4 consecutive turnovers for Tennessee.
Tom, that's a sign of not being ready to play. Being loose with the basketball, you're giving Florida the run game going early. There's 3 or 4 key areas that Rick Barnes has his eye on early in the ball game. Are we taking care of the ball? What's our ball screen defense look like? And what are we doing when the ball is shot? So far in those 3 areas, not at all what he wants.
Well, Rick Barnes thought that ball was deflected by Florida right in front of Mike White in the Florida bench. Pat Adams asked Bart Lennox about it, said, I saw the same thing you did. It's a 7-0 Florida run thanks to the Tennessee turnovers in large part.
Yeah, that's an aggressive Tennessee press, trying to trap and create turnovers, and Florida doing a good job of that diagonal pass to beat it.
Here's McKissick. Puts up a 3 and he drains it. Florida off to a red-hot start offensively. They've made 4 or 5 from deep.
53% of their shots without Castleton have been from the three-point line, and Tennessee better get attached in this game.
Here's John Fulkerson. And he finally gives it up. Ziegler moves it, and a blocking foul on McKissick. That'll be his first. It's a 10-0 Florida run and a Tennessee drought of 3.5 minutes now.
Tom, you mentioned Florida's last half of basketball against Ole Miss defensively was not good. And it was a good look at Colin Castleton, who was playing as good as anybody in this league, by the way, with what he's doing, protecting the rim and rolling out of it and blocking shots. But you go back to the first half of the Ole Miss game, Florida held Ole Miss to 22 points.
Yeah.
The game before that, they held Vanderbilt to 42 points. So they have some steel jaw defense about them as well.
They held Vandy to just 14 in the second half of that
game. Crazy.
5-second violation, another Tennessee turnover. Jimmy, we were laughing about this before the game. It's an early start.
Yeah.
Folks still filing into the arena, and it looks like Tennessee team still not quite awake.
They're not ready at all. I mean, who's the more alert team right now playing with more urgency? It's not even close. It's the guys in blue.
And they just played 2 days ago. Myron Jones will get it across the timeline. Looking against that Tennessee press. Fleming back on the floor. And McKissick rattles another home. That's his second three. He averages only 6 a game. He's already got 8 tonight.
We may not see much more of that Tennessee press for a while because it has not bothered Florida. Matter of fact, Florida's gotten good looks off of it.
Yeah, Myron Jones with the, I think it's Jones, yeah, with a hold coming around the screen.
That's always the gamble when you extend your defense. You can lose a shooter on the back end. Not only that time was it the back end, is also the backside by McKissick. What a blistering start by the Gators. Much better out of bounds under defense by Florida. They were brutal against Ole Miss.
Ziegler and Chandler on the floor at the same time. A couple of point guards, and Ziegler coughs it up off of his backside. It will belong to Florida.
Gators got a serious bite about him, don't they, early?
No doubt. Women's college hoops quadruple header for you Sunday right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Starts with this game at noon Eastern, South Carolina and Florida. Aaliyah Boston leads #1 South Carolina. They had to reschedule that UConn game. Was supposed to happen Thursday, their second meeting of the season. Instead, tomorrow night they will take on Ole Miss in a battle of ranked teams.
Well, Tennessee is going to extend their defense once again. It might be more of a full court man-to-man look as opposed to the zone.
6 turnovers in a row for Tennessee over the last 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
Rick changes his press from three-quarter court zone to man-to-man.
It's a Florida offense which has struggled in the half court. Not just this game, but without Colin Castleton. And Appleby once again takes a contested shot.
Yeah, the number of rim shots that Florida took with Castleton and now without, it's down about 12 or 13%. That's a big difference.
They're certainly a different defensive team without him as well. As a team, second in the league in blocks per game, but that comes primarily from Castleton, who gets 3 shots.
And to me, the defensive pressure that Mike has his guys playing with without Castleton is their post defense right now. They are really heating up that basketball, feeling like they can stay in front of Chandler and Ziegler right now, and that's not easy to do.
Foul denied, taken away from Myron Jones, and he'll win the race to the rim. It's a 15-0 Florida run.
That's that defensive pressure I was talking about with Florida. They are hot. They are high on their switches. We can hear him talking in a very quiet Thompson-Boling Arena. What a start by the Florida Gators.
Building sound a little bit different today than it did for you on Saturday.
Yes, indeed.
Kamwa gets his shot blocked. And the loose ball will be tied up, and it will stay with Tennessee. Great effort by this Florida team trying to find its footing.
Yeah, well, you can get hot defensively, and Florida is hot defensively right now. They are running through passes and getting anything they want on a visitor's floor.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
With Farmers Auto multi-policy discount, the more policies you have with us, the more you can save on your auto insurance.
Hey, hon. Hi, honey. Like what?
Well, you'd get a discount for insuring your jet skis and boat, RV, life, home, and more. You could save up to 45%.
That's a whole lot of discounts.
Well, we offer coverage for a whole lot of things, and you could save a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
What's up, Dad?
17-car garage you got there?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Texas toast.
Texas toast.
Texas toast. Texas toast.
Texas toast.
Texan toast. Texas toast. Texas toast.
Sonic Patty Melt.
Texas toast.
Texas toast.
I boosted my credit score using Experian Boost 52 points.
Boosting 21 points was like scoring a game-winning touchdown.
Experian Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you? Boost your credit scores instantly, free. Download the Experian app now.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The winning move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
We picture the student athlete for the drive, the dunk, the dime. But look closer. There is more. The budding philanthropist, the loving son, the multilingual, the nonprofit MBA, the outdoorsman, and the outspoken. More than students, more than athletes.
The minute he touches the ball, he is a threat.
Kyrie Irving's in his bag, now what's up?
Steph Curry's the greatest shooter God ever created.
Steph hit a tray, it ain't nothing, that's what's up.
It's Saturday primetime. Nets Warriors on ABC.
While we were away, officials reviewed what happened at the end of that jump ball. We got double technicals on Vescovi and Appleby. I think we got to the bottom of it. Santiago Vescovi says, no, I don't want the Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake. And Appleby says, you have to have it.
Something like that, but offsetting technical foul to be Tennessee ball because of the possession arrow. But there's no back down in Florida. They watched the last film in here as well, where Tennessee sent a message to LSU that you will not punk us. And they've come for a fight tonight so far, and Tennessee has not. They have not so far.
We were kind of laughing about it because it's no harm, no foul in many ways, except that Santiago Vescovi is so important to this Tennessee team, and he just picked up his second personal with 11:35 to go, and you could see his reaction. Like, what, I'm going to get a technical for that?
Yeah. And the turnovers by Tennessee, but more importantly, Florida, 12 points off those turnovers.
Here's Kennedy Chandler with a floater. Tennessee's offense is misfiring left to right. Now another big-time block.
Did a good job, though, rotating over, forcing Chandler into a pull-up.
Ends up a three the other side. To inside Gatzik fighting for that rebound. He's got 2 blocks already for Florida. And he's trying to fight with Plavsic inside.
Where's the spark going to come from for Tennessee? You hammered inside to Plavsic and let him take advantage of his size. Can he get one of the 2 small guards going downhill?
Ziegler says, I'll take it. And the freshman from Long Island, not afraid to back down.
If you had to ask who's going to be the spark for Tennessee, it's probably that kid right there, because there is no guts at all lacking out of number 5 in white.
I talked to him about playing on the road in the SEC, playing in front of big crowds. He said, come on, I play in the playgrounds in New York. Nothing's tougher than that. And his shot ends his 6-minute Tennessee drought. Flanders Fleming tried to step through, barely drew the rim. How did Chandler and Ziegler help each other?
Well, you got two guys on the floor now, Tom, that can really drive the ball. So what does that do? You've got to make sure that you stay gap solid on these two kids. Now the three-point shots will be there because of long closeouts that gap defense has to respect. That's a good example of it right there.
It went off the window. From that angle, that's almost
Hard to do.
impossible. Ziegler with the block. He's the spark. Back-to-back threes, and now the takeaway. Here's Chandler now. Tennessee back in it. Chandler with a smile, and it's a Volunteers on a 9-0 run.
But it has all started with the smallest guy on the floor, Zakai Ziegler. Moving screen.
Yep, and they get it after the hit on Ziegler. He's firing up the crowd. It's the first on Gatkick.
Tom, if you don't play with urgency and a competitive fire, you don't get called for that screen right there that Florida with a moving screen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of his fight to get over the screen is what triggered it. And there's the possession before, the two freshmen just yo-yoing that ball back and forth and knocking down a three. But, man, that competitive fire inside of 5 is as high as there is in this league.
Jatobo back in at the 5 spot for Florida. And it's another Florida takeaway. Flanders Fleming knocked out of bounds. Good transition D by Tennessee.
Florida is sitting hard in those gaps, man. I don't think they feel like Tennessee can make enough threes to beat them overall, so they're going to really sit tight in those gaps and force Rick Barnes' offense to get that ball side to side.
Vescovy still on the bench after picking up his second on the technical. Trying to get it to Tobo, and Uros Plavsic whistled for his first.
Why? If you're Plavsic, why would you reach and foul when Jatobo's posted up at the 12-foot mark?
Well, busy Saturday afternoon. Louisville will have a new coach. That's a story in college basketball. Chris Mack is out, and the Cards play host to number 9 Duke Saturday at noon. Then number 1 Auburn at home against Oklahoma. The Jungle will be rocking against the Sooners. Part of the 9th annual Big 12 SEC Challenge. I thought that Chris Mack hire, like a lot of folks around college basketball, seemed like a slam dunk.
Home run, absolutely. No one questioned that hire. It just goes to show that, man, how hard college basketball can be on a coach. You miss on recruiting a little bit. Maybe you miss on some staff things, but Chris Mack is out, and now is it Kenny Payne they call? Is it Bruce Pearl? It's a big-time job for someone.
A couple of folks are getting raises. I know that if they don't show up. Here's Chandler, open, didn't take it. Turns it into a 15-footer. That's a good shot.
I like the decision by Chandler because I know he's banged down a 3, but he's only 22% in conference play. Turned down a good shot to get a better shot.
Back-to-back turnovers for the Gators. Tennessee now on an 11-0 run. This rivalry always seems to live up to the hype. Fleming gets fouled. Florida went on a 15-0 run, and now Tennessee on an 11-0 run.
Yeah, the hot hands of Ziegler is what triggers it, and Chandler comes up with it, and the finish shot right there. Boom, that's a pretty good shot into a really good shot by KC.
Kawasi Reeves returns for Florida. Gators shooting a sizzling 5 of 9 from deep. Jatobo gets deep inside, got too far underneath. Fulkerson forced him into a bad angle. Chandler sizes it up.
There's a terrific closeout by Myrion Jones though on Chandler. He came out with urgency, but he also stayed low and made Chandler make a decision. Tom, the details of defense, man, that wins you ball games. And that was a very detailed, disciplined closeout by Jones. Loved it.
Bam! Reeves drills one.
He rose and fired, did he not?
Product of Westside High School, Macon, Georgia.
Mike White does not have a team rule where guys have to say yes sir, no sir to coaches. That's all I've ever heard out of that young man. He's got all the intangibles that you love as a coach.
Great academic background and a great shooting background for Justin Powell. Makes his first attempt.
Shoot every open three that you can get if you're Justin Powell. He and Vescovi, let him fly.
Vols have scored 14 of the game's last 17.
Good cut. Bam.
Wow, and a high percentage look for DeRuggi.
That is how Florida burns the pressure off. They are really good, and they refer to it as burn it. And DeRuggi just burned it off.
Tennessee 9 for 14 to start this game. Turnovers were their issue when Florida went on that big run. Here's Ziegler for 3 again. Fulke keeps it alive, out to Powell. Tennessee home crowd wanted a foul on Reeves from behind on Powell. Jones on Chandler. Good hands, but Chandler. And it will stay with Florida. Second in the league in steals, 2 1/3 a game. Back and forth affair continues as you would expect between these SEC rivals.
So Tennessee now having to extend their pressure because of three-point shooting. What does Florida do? They burn that pressure off by lifting the entire offense. DeRuggi, boom, pass on point on purpose. Well done, Gators. Well done.
Caroline, wait.
Mitch?
Look, I know I messed up, but I told Diane it's over. Can we have some space? Oh. Yeah, of course.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says. Mitch, you live in a van.
I'm a free spirit.
I may be close to retirement, but I'm as busy as ever. Careful now.
Thanks.
You got it. And thanks to Voya, I'm confident about my future.
Oh, Dad, the twins are now...
Vegan, I know. I got them some of those plant burgers.
Nice.
Yeah. Voya provides guidance for the right investments and helps me be prepared for unexpected events. They make me feel like I've got it all under control. Because I do.
Okay, that was awesome. Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
Wake up with Wendy's and get a free drink with any breakfast sandwich. Hot coffee or Diet Coke, free. Frosty Chino, that's cool and free. If it comes in a Wendy's cup, it's free when you buy a breakfast sandwich. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
We're getting this story out there. We need a plan.
I have a plan. Right now, at T-Mobile, customers on Magenta Max can get the new iPhone 13, and T-Mobile will pay for it.
Upgrade to the iPhone 13 on us.
There are lots of ways to love that chicken from Popeyes. Like our sandwich and our nuggets. Both are marinated for 12 hours and freshly prepared, so every bite is crunchy and juicy. Get them today for only $3.99.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Oh, man. All out of bourbon. Looks like one of us is gonna have to go to the store.
Or we can get drinks delivered fast with Drizzly. Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Plus, Drizzly lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Drizzly.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
Stephen, did you know anyone with a simple tax return can have a TurboTax Live expert do their taxes for them for free?
That sounds really good.
For a limited time, TurboTax is free for simple returns, no matter how you file.
When you begin your morning with delicious honey bunches of oats, you make your day and the world around you a whole bunch better. You're the ingredient the world needs. So go on, make a bunch happen.
9th annual Big 12 SEC Challenge is Saturday. 3 more games on ESPN and the app. You'll be in Tuscaloosa for 4th-ranked Baylor coming to T-Town to take on Alabama. Team suffered a tough loss last night. Then 5th-ranked Kansas plays host to number 12 Kentucky. Jayhawks off of a double overtime win a couple of nights ago against Texas Tech. Ochai Agbaji had a career high. And Rick Barnes will return to Austin, where he was the head coach of the Longhorns, taking Tennessee into Austin. It's one shade of orange versus another.
Well, some great memories, and what a career that Rick Barnes had, just consistently in that NCAA tournament. Looking forward to seeing some of his old friends there. And, well, he was the model of consistency, but guys like Kevin Durant help you do that. I love the Kevin Durant stories that Rick still talks about. And KD played one-on-one after every practice, it seemed like, for Rick Barnes. He just loved ball, and that high release that Rick Barnes teaches all of his guys, that kind of took KD to a whole nother level as a college player. You know, Jabari Smith struggled last night for Auburn for the first time. And we talked to Rick Barnes about it. He said, you know what? Kevin Durant, after his 10th game as a freshman, dude never struggled again. He was always the best player from game 11 till we were finished. And can Jabari Smith rise up and be that kind of guy? We will see.
There's a second on McKissick. I thought what was interesting about the one-on-one that KD played after every Texas practice is he played with a different type of player each time. So he would work on a different skill set depending on who he was playing one-on-one. Here's Ziegler with the pump fake. Good ball movement. Mashack hits it inside. But Florida forces a shot clock violation.
Tom, that high release, Rick Barnes, I'm going to say 4 out of every 5 practices I go to, they work on this at some point. Just getting that ball up high on the release, and watch Folke here at the end, watch how high it is. And he started that back in his days, I believe back at Providence, he really started doing it, but there's a great example of it with Kevin Durant, that high release. They work on it sometimes with a heavy ball, but boy, Rick Barnes believes in it. It's an unblockable shot, especially for bigs.
And when you can do that, as Jones throws up a 3, the mid-range still matters, as some say.
That's Kevin Durant. And you got a mismatch. What are you going to do with it right now, Tennessee?
Couldn't get it to Kamaw. He's right in front of Appleby. They get it to him here. Good. Turn and face. Ziegler drives into Jitobo, reverses it. I left it short. And then fought the big guy for the rebound. Jason Jitobo, 6'11", listed at 305. Florida steals it right back. Myron Jones got it, and he'll go to the line.
One of the best halves of basketball that Jones has played in a while. Those careless turnovers by Tennessee continue to be a problem.
11 Tennessee turnovers.
You just can't have that. That's just a lazy, careless pass by Kennedy Chandler. That's an easy rip and run by Jones, and Jones stays low right there through traffic to come up with it. Just when it looked like Tennessee was going to come back and deliver a heavyweight blow, Florida says not so much.
So here's Jones, transfer from Penn State, had a career high 29 as a Nittany Lion at Nebraska, averaging 8 points a game as a Gator. Sounds like church in here.
It does. And not a Pentecostal church.
Get them out of their seats, Reverend. They can't make a shot. Tennessee struggles first and foremost with the turnovers.
Tom, it's interesting. I don't go real deep into stats, but it's interesting to me that Florida is number 255 in the nation, rebounding a missed 3 by the opponent. That's a really high rate that they're giving up on missed 3s, and as many as Tennessee wants to take, 26 or 27 a game. Keep an eye on the number of 3-point missed rebounds by Tennessee in this game.
Joe McNish is going to have to track every single one of those.
He's more than capable.
Sub will come in as Plavsic returns. And Victor Bailey Jr., who grew up in Austin, will have a homecoming on Saturday. Goes to the free throw line at a McNeil High School. His mom, assistant track coach at Texas, bronze medal winner in the '96 Olympics. Here's Appleby. Good ball fake, and Fleming freed himself up, drills it.
That's such good offense by Florida to punch that paint by Appleby. He's made a couple of really good decisions near the rim. Fleming is we have not seen the best of Flan Fleming, former defensive player of the year in his league, but man, this dude is a baller.
Tennessee trying to answer with a three. It's left short. Gators have hit 7 of 13 from deep. And they're on another run. This is an 8-0 Florida run. Corner three, Jones. Punched up and over. Oh, and Plavsic flexing a little bit. Might have a rocky situation here. 4 minutes without a bucket for Tennessee.
I mean, Florida's been averaging about 9 3-point attempts per game from the corner. This thing's heating up in a hurry.
As a DJ, I know all about customization. That's why I love Liberty Mutual. They customize my car insurance, so I only pay for what I need.
How about a throwback?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty. Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza the Hut.
The Google Pixel 6. For all the Bucks fans, Serbian fans who became Nuggets fans, Heat fans who want to get rid of photobomb fans, Magic. Woj Bomb fans, Top Shot fans, all the nothing fans.
Are you taking a photo of us? Is that okay?
For that once-in-a-lifetime shot, and fans seeing it up close for the first time. There are so many ways to love the NBA, and the Pixel 6 is built for all of them.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Relief. Dissolves quickly, instantly ready to start working. So you can bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Now available for fast sinus relief.
What if your resume could adapt and improve? Even create opportunities that let you be seen. An Indeed resume never stops working for you.
Let's take it slow. Slow, slow.
Mom?
Wow. Wow. And we'll check them both for free.
Yes.
Fix Finder, the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes.
If you're always asking, where next? Capital One has a new class of travel card for you. Introducing Venture X. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Find your where next with Venture X. What's in your wallet?
You think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
Sean and Zubin coming up on the E-Trade Halftime Report. We'll be joined by Kansas superstar Ochai Agbaji. Boy, Florida looks a lot better than they did Monday night.
Well, they're defending and they're turning Tennessee over when Tennessee has 11 turnovers that have led to 15 points. Think about this. Florida only averages about 19 points per game off of turnovers. They've got 15 already here in the first half. That's given them a 10-point advantage inside the paint. You know, one of the things I've noticed is we always throw it back to the the color guys. Yeah. How about the play-by-play guy? Tom, how's your day?
Having a great day. I'm sitting next to Jimmy. We've got this great rivalry game, and we get to watch John Fulkerson. Look at Fulke in the background of this, Jimmy. You don't see this very often. He's so giving, and he's teaching Uros Pavlic what they want to do in their offensive sets.
Yeah, that's tremendous. That's that player-to-player accountability and trust that started with Schofield and Grant Williams and has continued. And Josiah Jordan-James has kind of been a guy that's kept that culture in place. But Tennessee, they are a truth system, man-to-man between player and coach, player-to-player, coach-to-coach.
Zakai Ziegler just got whistled for a foul on a push-off. Look at top of your screen. And
wow, yeah, just pops him.
so Ziegler picks up his first. Florida gets the ball back.
That's
a 17 foul.
Now that's just an example of that high contact game that Tennessee embraces.
Derugi back to Fleming. And from the baseline, Flanders Fleming adds to this now 10-0 Florida run.
I was at Charleston Southern a couple of years ago to speak to their team and watch this kid practice. And I'm telling you, we have not seen the best of Flan Fleming because of COVID protocol, some injuries, but he is a big-time, bona fide SEC big guard.
Led his team 20 points a game, two-time Big South Conference Defensive Player of the Year, as you alluded to.
Well, Fleming's just going to hard drive this ball against one of the better defenders that Rick has, and Josiah Jordan-James. Drives it to a good stop and good elevation. He's long, he's tough, he's smart, and just starting to grow up in front of our eyes. That the perimeter game without Castleton really carrying Florida right now. They have had to remake themselves on the fly. Not easy to do when all season long this dude has been your anchor on both ends.
And he was playing like a pro. Here's Fulkerson playing at a school record 149th game. He knows this Rick Barnes program inside and out, which is one of the reasons he's able to grab the grease board and say, here's what coach wants you to do.
Did I tell you my one pro offer coming out of college?
What was that?
With the Washington Generals to play against the Globetrotters. They want me to travel around the world and get beat, get my brains beat out by 100 points a game.
Oh,
I almost took it, and I decided to get into coaching. Oh, man.
We got technical foul after the free throw. You would have looked good in green. There's no doubt about it.
I could turn that ball over with the best of them for the Globetrotters.
Watch Uroš Plavšić, bottom right of your screen.
Yeah, any confrontation, 33 and white's going to be right in the middle of it. But he has crossed the line twice in this game and called for it once.
Plavšić trying to plead his case and defend himself to his teammates. And here's a couple guys that played high school ball together. Now mixing it up.
Dead ball contact personal on Plavšić, and they were in high school. And talking to Uroš today, Jatobo was the 5 and Uroš was the 4 on that team. He said he was a Serbian sniper, but he's got to get control of his personality, his DNA. I know that he's elevated Tennessee in that area, but has crossed the line in this game, in my opinion.
It's a new role for him, right? I mean, you guys talked to him post-game after that LSU win. He was feeling his oats a little bit. A big guy, big man on campus. And where do you learn and how do you learn where to draw that line?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you got to be tough. You got to have grit. You got to have strength, but you don't cross that undisciplined line. And Uroš has done it in his first half and has hurt his team.
2 fouls on Plavšić, 1 personal, 1 technical. And the Volunteers trailing by a dozen here at home. A place where they haven't lost very often to Florida. Gators in a series of dates in 1927. I've only won here 16 times.
Jatobo got hit hard.
Jatobo. And they'll stop play. Tennessee looking at 5-on-4. Pat Adams catching it from the Tennessee bench. And Pat Adams says, I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to hear it from the bench. I'm not going to hear it from the players. The players hurt. I'm going to stop play.
Tom, I don't know if it was an elbow or maybe even possibly the rim as it got pulled down, came up and got him, but watch Jatobo come flying in.
I think he caught a left
on the way up.
Cabo on the way up.
Yeah.
Watch that left hand.
Yeah, right there, right across the bridge of the nose. And Pat Adams felt like as soon as Tennessee lost their aggressiveness on the other end to score, he stopped play like the rule book says to do, correct?
And let me take you back a few years. Pat Adams, who's a veteran official, who's as well respected in this game as anybody, was working an SEC tournament game where an Arkansas player got hurt under the rim, and they let play continue. And there's a quick turnover that came back down, and the play landed almost on top of that Arkansas player. That is why, even though one team has an advantage on the other side, they stop play as soon as they need to.
Yes.
Pat explaining the inadvertent hand to the face. We've had a couple of those. It's a physical game, both deliberately and unintentionally on both sides here tonight.
I love the effort of Jatobo in this game. Every Gator has brought maximum effort. That's a 300-pound kid flying in there trying to do business. That would be a big loss.
Meanwhile, Tennessee's got to figure out its offense, Jimmy.
Golly, with what, missed 8 in a row, right? No field goals in the last 5 minutes. Can he get Ziegler on a drive? Can he get Vescovi freed up for a 3?
Fulkerson over Gatkek, and it's rebounded by DeRougie. Here's Myron Jones for 3. That one barely caught the rim. It'll be Tennessee basketball.
Tom, in the last 7 ball games between Florida and Tennessee, neither team has gone over 80. Florida in good position right now with 38 to go. I mean, they're at that halfway mark. And it's not easy to score against Tennessee in this building for sure. And Florida has done a great job of knocking down threes and getting balance in their offense. They're driving the ball for paint touches and kickouts, scoring off their defense.
A lot of success for Florida offensively, but what about Tennessee in the half court? Where should they be going?
Yeah, well, they can get rough and stagnant quickly, and that's where they are right now. Tennessee's at their best when they score in the first 8 or 9 seconds of the possession with their run game, and if it's not there, the ball gets to the third side of the floor. I think the ball has been stuck some tonight because you got good offensive players out there right now with Vescovi, and certainly Ziegler can get downhill.
So Santiago Vescovi's got another free throw coming his way. Came in 73% from the line on the season.
That gap-heavy defense, and what I mean by that, you got a guy for Florida guarding the ball, and then the next guy over where the pass should normally go to, that defender is really setting hard in the gaps, taking away those paint touches that Rick Barnes loves to get.
And it's helped lead to 6 Florida steals in this game. Tennessee put the pressure on about 5 minutes into this game, and Florida absolutely torched it.
They sure have. They have not been bothered one time by this Tennessee pressure defense.
In zone for a while, now they drop off into man. Appleby working on Ziegler. And he blew by him with the left. Another head fake. Fleming makes it a 2.
Yeah, you're starting to see the real Fleming. He really read the hard fly-out closeout, so he shot fakes, takes up the defensive slack. Appleby's a handful right now. I know he made some threes, but his ability to drive that lane, drive the alley, and force Tennessee to respond, 3 or 4 plays in the first half have been all Appleby setting the table, as he should.
Oh, there's my little nephew. He looks more like Dad every time I see him. Dad is old. Right. So your message said you wanted to talk about insurance? I said I want you to talk about insurance. Well, most people know that bundling home and auto saves you money. Keep saying your words. But did you know that new customers who bundle and save with Progressive can save an average of $800? Sleeping baby. I love you too.
Well, here's a Tennessee team that is struggling to find its rhythm on the offensive end. 28 points, only 2 points in the paint, Jimmy, for the Volunteers in this one.
So what does Mike White do? He comes out, changes his defense for this possession, goes 1-3-1. There's a lot of length on that perimeter.
Vescovi for 3. Got it. That 1-3-1 may not last long.
No, you gamble and you come out of your man-to-man thinking I'm going to change it up and take away whatever play Rick Barnes draws up. And you allow Vescovi to get free against the 1-3-1.
Ziegler into Appleby, who went down. And that's the second, and Zakai Ziegler.
Tom, that was really good execution by Tennessee because it kind of caught him off guard against that 1-3-1. Ziegler just loses his discipline. But right here, you know Rick Barnes did not talk about it. If they come out of a 1-3-1, this is what we want to do. So Tennessee adjusts on the fly and gets Vescovi a nice look at a 3.
Biggest issue for Rick Barnes' squad tonight has been turnovers. They've turned it over in 40% of their possessions.
Yeah, brutal.
Tyree Appleby, 6th best in the SEC at free throw percentage. In the bonus, another one coming. Man, if Florida can take a double-digit lead into the break. What a half it will be for the Gators in this great rivalry.
Florida's on track to take 33s in this game, which is right on track what they've done without Castleton.
Yep.
The last 3 games, they've taken 24, 36, and 29. Heavy on the 3-ball.
Percentage a lot better this game than had been in those previous 3. Vescovy got it. Both teams in love with the 3, and Vescovy is in back-to-back triples.
And they're both what? Tennessee now 61% from 3, and Florida 46%.
Here's Reeves. Can't answer. Shot clock is off. Tennessee able to hold and whittle down this Florida lead.
You want to take it quick enough, though, to give yourself an offensive rebound chance. You got to go.
Ziegler drives, kicks, James. No. Fulkerson tapped it up and left it short. And Florida shoots 52% in the first half. 7 of 16 from 3, and they turn Tennessee over a dozen times for the lead. 42-34. Back to the studio, Farney and Zubin.
Tom, thanks very much. Welcome inside the E-Trade halftime report. We are ready to roll. We're going to start with a little action from the Big East. Believe it or not, Providence is playing its first road game in 3 weeks. They're on a COVID pause. They're off to one of their best starts ever under Ed Cooley against struggling Xavier. And the Friars are going to keep X struggling.
Oh, it's just unbelievable, this Providence team and how they've been able to play so consistently this year. Ed Cooley's teams usually improve as the season goes along. February is when they hit their stride. But Durham's been sensational in this game so far in the first half as they run out to a double-digit lead, and he's got 12 on 4 of 7 shooting.
Keep you up to date throughout the course of the night. Heading to Saturday, huge game, Kentucky, Kansas. What kind of music does Ochai listen to get fired up in the locker room before tip? Sean Alaska.
This halftime report is presented by E-Trade. Stop waiting. Start investing.
Assuming all NBA players want rings. It's like assuming State Farm doesn't have great rates.
Why do we have coasters if nobody gonna use them?
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. No, really. Those are the actual ingredients. Tostitos. Get to the good stuff.
I would want this Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap to wrap myself up in and keep me warm.
I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna warm up my little tortilla blanket.
Tortilla blanket, I like that. Sonic, Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
I'm already gonna have the spots on it. You already know what I mean?
5-Hour Energy, because it's time to hit the gym and work up a sweat. And you're gonna need some energy, lots of energy. 5-Hour Energy for every workout.
Welcome to the next level. This is the all-new Lexus NX with intuitive tech.
Watch for traffic.
And our most advanced safety system ever.
The best way to watch college basketball on ESPN is with Fubo TV. All the action, rivalries, and more, streaming live on all your devices. The drama doesn't stop there, with over 100 top channels of live TV. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Here we go.
All the best in sports.
He's gone.
Yeah, you've got it.
He scored. Time to celebrate.
All your favorite teams? Just find your squads and we'll do the recording for you, so you never have to sweat.
Oh, this is going to be a big night.
All the biggest games, we found them for you. Just tune to Channel 205.
What a catch.
Can't stay home? Take your games with you. And the most live sports in 4K HDR, including the most NBA games in 4K.
Unbelievable.
DirecTV, we do sports.
You fill up my senses. Come fill me again.
Welcome back to the E-Trade Halftime Report.
Welcome to the big time.
Big 12 SEC Challenge.
This is high-level energy, both ends of the court.
This game is not for the soft of body or weak of mind tonight.
Oh, my goodness!
Welcome back, college basketball.
And you will see all those matchups, those logos flashing on your screen. The headliner, Kentucky, Kansas, Saturday, 6 Eastern on ESPN. Kansas coming off that double OT game against Texas Tech. Kentucky bypassed Mississippi State in OT. Let's lounge.
And we welcome into the Players Lounge one of the best players in all of college basketball, the pride of Kansas basketball himself. Ochai Agbaji joining us here. Ochai, let's get right to it. What was it like growing up in a rich basketball tradition city like Kansas City?
Man, it's amazing. I think, being from Kansas City, being in that metro area, I think we have one of the best hoopers. Obviously, might be biased, but I think we have some of the best hoopers.
Now, you grew 9 inches between your freshman year of high school and your junior year. During that period of time, many people may not know, you were a soccer standout. How much did the growth spurt pull you away from the sport of soccer and maybe push you towards basketball?
Obviously, I mean, there's guys, there's soccer players that are out there that are, 6'3", 6'4", but, my size, as I got taller, over the years, and by my junior year, I was like, basketball kind of might be a better path for me as far as just, body type wise and, my skill set for basketball more than soccer, so.
We live in a day and age of college basketball where guys come in and they want to leave as quickly as they possibly can. Your journey and your arc has been completely different. How has the patience paid off for you?
It's paid off in a lot of ways. Experience, a lot of learned lessons in my time here, a lot of new faces, new people that I've met. In my time being here, the experiences, like I said, are none like other. Being able to play at the highest level night in, night out in the Big 12 and just college basketball in general is always fun, so I've learned a lot.
Throughout the college football season, everybody always talks about having that Heisman moment. Maybe you just had your wooden moment on Monday night. Can you describe what it's like when you're playing in a game that's as close as that battle was against Texas Tech and you come through the way that you did for your team?
It's really just from my teammates. I think, I get that confidence from them to step up and make those big plays like I did down the stretch. Obviously Texas Tech is a really good team. They fought us hard to the end, so it's just a great matchup. And, like I said, I came to the school to play in games like those, higher energy, high-level games like that.
Well, if you liked games like that, everybody in the country is looking forward to the game that we have on Saturday between your team and Kentucky. What have you seen out of the Wildcats so far in your early preparation heading into this matchup on Saturday?
Just their size, their length, their ability to rebound, obviously, with Oscar down there. And then just obviously their guard play, too. They have really good guards. And Ty Washington and Savon Wheeler. They have, really good prospects there. And they're well coached, obviously, by Calipari.
All right, let's get to some rapid fire, some fun moments. Who dominates your musical pregame playlist right now?
Chief Keef.
Okay.
By far.
Who's the best basketball player you've ever trained with?
I've ever trained with? I would say Damian Lillard.
Ooh, that's a good one. Dame time. It's maybe Ochai time this year in college basketball. All right, you've got one of the best running mates in the entire country opposite of you, Christian Braun. You two are like a dynamic duo. Usually duos have great nicknames. What's the best nickname you've heard for the two of you?
I haven't heard much, but I've heard Batman and Robin. I like that one. Like I said, though, he's from Kansas City, and I said we have hoopers, and I stand by that.
All right, well, we'll put a stamp on it. There's no doubt you've been hooping, and so have the Kansas Jayhawks. Thank you so much for stopping by the Players Lounge, and best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff, Sean. You heard him mention Oscar Tshiebwe. These two will be tall, standing tall, literally and figuratively, Saturday night, 6 Eastern on ESPN from Allen Fieldhouse, with Tshiebwe among the league leaders and nation's leaders in rebounding. Speaking of standing tall, just over an hour away, our ESPN2 double dip continues in the Big 12. Oklahoma, West Virginia. Tanner Groves, the Eastern Washington transfer, back to check in on suddenly resurgent Michigan on the halftime reports.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
And it's easy to get a quote at libertymutual.com, so you only pay for what you need. Isn't that right, Limu? Limu? Sorry, one sec.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Made your choice?
You're simply the best. Get 5G coverage that goes yard. T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, most reliable 5G network.
When you shop at Target, you leave with what you value most, like healthy foods and brands that lift our communities. At Target, the things that matter are always within reach. What we value most shouldn't cost more.
Yum. Chili cheese. Chili cheese dip, yum. Get that yum. Hormel chili. Pour on.
At Hilton, check in, choose your room, and unlock your door, all in the Hilton app, thus preserving the rarest of species, the sleeping toddler. Book our family of brands at Hilton.com. To new memories, Hilton.
Can I get a hamburger? Extra ketchup, but no pickles.
Actually, pickles. One vanilla cone and a sweet tea.
Hot chocolate. Your largest coffee.
I'm gonna need like
10 Egg McMuffins, please. 1 hamburger Happy Meal. Make that 2.
Make that 3.
No pickles!
A Sprite and what else? Oh, and one more thing. 10-piece McNuggets, barbecue sauce.
You've been loyal. We want to reward that. Earn points on every order for free McDonald's with My McDonald's Rewards.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
This halftime report is presented by E-Trade. Stop waiting. Start investing.
Let's get you caught back up on some Big East action. Providence continued to pouring it on to Xavier, Sean.
Doing a great job sharing the ball here in the first half. 7 assists on 10 made field goals, shooting 48% from beyond the arc. And defensively, I really like where this Ed Cooley team is at.
28-16 will keep you up to date. Xavier really struggling. Michigan was struggling the last week, Sean. They've really turned it around.
Yeah, a couple wins in a row, looking to try to see if they win this one. They'll be 3 in a row heading in their matchup against Michigan State on Saturday. They have not shot the ball very well. This has been a very low percentage game in the first half. But their defense has been really strong, and because of that defense, they've allowed them to have a little bit of a cushion here against a hard-fighting Northwestern team.
Michigan up 4, and Dickinson did say this is the type of team we were expecting to see. He said we're so young, we've just got to figure it out. We'll see what happens. Second half on the way between these two. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking to see how Tennessee responds. Now, the key, obviously, it's no secret. If anybody watched the first half of this game, they have to value the basketball more. I think towards the waning moments of the first half, Tom Hart mentioned that they had turned it over at 40% of their possessions. Well, if you're going to allow Florida to get out runouts, then it doesn't matter what your defensive efficiency is. And Tennessee has a great defensive efficiency, but they've got to be able to set their defense in order to make their defense work for them.
How surprised are you that they've been able to hang tough and play the way they have without Castleton?
You can't make excuses when you're short players. You have to be able to adjust, and they've made the adjustment. They're relying a little bit more on the three-point shot than being able to play out of Castleton underneath.
Second half is on the way from Thompson Bowling Arena with Oklahoma and West Virginia. After that, doubleheader tonight. This has been the E-Trade halftime.
You inspired the new Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 ES350.
People assume these photo shoots are easy.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance. But State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
What? All in the core.
For surprisingly great rates to fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
This is your home. This is your family room / gym. The guest bedroom / music studio. The daybed / dog bed. The living room / yoga shanty / regional office / classroom. And this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
It takes a volunteer, connected by a place and a shared sense of purpose, inspired by possibilities, motivated by opportunities, and shaped by the spirit of a community like no other. Willing to step forward, ready to give our all. It takes courage to light the way. It takes a volunteer.
Join Planet Fitness today for zero enrollment. Zero, like a bagel. And it's only $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Bagels are awesome.
Enjoy tons of equipment for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone. But the part that'll really get you going is that post-workout high. Look at that glow.
Oh, it's all natural.
It's this place, I tell you. Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 2nd.
Welcome back to Thompson Bowling Arena. This is the SEC on ESPN in a rivalry game. Florida dominating the first half at times. It's an 8-point lead for the Gators over the 18th-ranked Volunteers. Welcome courtside, Tom Hart, Jimmy Dykes. Jimmy, Tennessee's offense has been okay when they have the ball, but they've turned it over on 34% of their possession.
Yeah, it's hard to win against a good ball club like Florida when you're doing that. And Florida has been terrific, especially the play of Tyree Appleby. Tennessee came in with a number 5 adjusted defense in the country, and Florida said, we don't give anything about that number beside your name right now. Appleby, he got it going early with those threes, but this kid's got 6 assists and no turnovers and 10 points. Tennessee has not bothered him one time. He's been good with his passes. Florida has lifted their offense. They burned that pressure off, but Appleby has been tremendous so far as a visiting lead guard.
Florida has turned the Tennessee turnovers, 11 of them, into 17 points. You forgot to put away your Ham and Goodies lemon cookies a moment ago.
Those are tremendous. Somebody said you can't eat just one, and are they correct on that?
Going to eat a pound of them. Foul on Chandler. I believe it is. It's his third.
So Florida, Tom, they're staying true to their math equation without Castleton on the offensive end. They come in tonight taking 53% of their shots from 3 without Castleton in the first half. That number was right at 55%. That perimeter game making up for the rim game of Castleton.
Castleton last played full game January 15th against South Carolina. He had 8 blocks in that game. 6'11" senior, one of the top scorers in the league at 15 points a game.
Yeah, he was the second best big guy in the league behind Shibwe up until this point. Well, Walker Kessler would be in that conversation as well, but that's a huge hit to Florida and a great statement by Florida without him.
By the way, you were courtside at Rupp last night. Shibwe looked pretty good.
Gosh, National Player of the Year. I mean, he's about to do something that hasn't been done in 42 years, average 15 points and 15 boards. Everyone is chasing him in that National Player of the Year race.
Zakai Ziegler gets it off the window and in. The Tennessee team that finished the first half with a terrible shooting slump.
Rick Barnes goes empty corner for Ziegler on the first possession. Lets him get to that left hand, and his first step is electric.
DeRougie has it swatted by Plavsic. It was on its way down. They will count it. And DeRougie's already matched his first half total with 4 here in the first 40 seconds.
DeRougie is really good at driving the mismatch, and that ball's clearly on the way down. And here's what Ziegler does. Rick Barnes just lifts his offense, goes empty corner for Ziegler to get Tennessee going in the second 20 minutes.
You know, we were talking with Lee Humphrey before the game. He's a former Florida three-point shooting threat, a couple national championships, played down the road at Maryville High School here in Tennessee. He said, without Castleton, they got to get DeRougie driving, getting to the rim. I think Lee knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, he was part of some of those great rivalry games. We saw Pat Summitt in the cheerleading outfit before the game. Nice feed. And a flush by Josiah Jordan-James for his first bucket of the game. And then a Florida turnover. Got a little sloppy with it. And Appleby went into the expensive seats.
Tom, Florida fired on the post touch of Tennessee. And the double team was pretty good. They just got lost on the backside of it and left the rim unprotected.
Timeout, Florida.
Excuse me, is that a plug-in
This
car?
Santa Fe has a plug in it. How does that work exactly, you wonder?
Is that a voiceover?
Well, it works just like a Santa Fe, except it has both electric and gas. Sometimes you don't need the gas at all.
So how's the power?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of power, especially off the line.
Are you done?
Yep, uh-huh.
Great.
Well, no. One more thing.
Okay.
Evolve your journey in the first ever Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EV.
What if your resume could adapt and improve? Even create opportunities that let you be seen. An Indeed resume never stops working for you.
How'd those fries you've been craving? And I'm hot, and I'm steamy. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow. So get Allstate.
Just take it slow. Slow.
Mom?
Wow. And they'll check them both for free.
Yes.
Fix Finder, the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes.
Meet the new Serta Arctic. With the most cooling power of any mattress, thanks to an exclusive 3-part Reactix cooling system that absorbs body heat for a more comfortable sleep. Serta Arctic, sleep cool all night long.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Really?
They're goldfish. I always go for the handful. I got about 73 here.
Make it more than 73.
Go for the handful. Wake up with Wendy's and get a free drink with any breakfast sandwich. Hot coffee or Diet Coke, free. Frosty Chino, that's cool and free. If it comes in a Wendy's cup, it's free when you buy a breakfast sandwich. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Baby got back.
Unlimited cashback match. Only from Discover.
Tom, the last Tennessee offensive possession, Florida's going to fire on the post. They're going to double team the post. Kawasi Reeves right there, the freshman, is now responsible for rim protection. The double team on the ball is going to come. He's got to rotate to the rim, and instead he's shading out to the perimeter and gives up a dunk at the rim. He's a phenomenal kid and going to be a really good player. Just makes a defensive mistake on the fire responsibility where he was supposed to be. And Mike White takes him out, going to sit down, talk to him a little bit, tap him on their backside, say get back in there and do what you're supposed to do.
He's been giving him good minutes lately. He's started the last 6 games for Mike White.
Yep.
And so far tonight, Reeves with a couple of threes. Just the 5th Florida turnover in comparison to Tennessee's 11 turnovers tonight. Here's Ziegler. Josiah Jordan James back to Powell. He's got Vescovy on the wing. Will take it himself. And a bump on the rebound. Yeah. Olivier Kamwa commits his first.
I just think Florida's really comfortable stacking that lane with bodies. They're making it really hard to get the ball through the elbow. Even that time, Powell drove it, but he was driving it outside the lane area. Mike White doing a good job of sending bodies to the ball.
Mike had a chance to spend some time with his brother Danny White, the Tennessee athletic director. Entire family involved in athletics. And they get Ziegler for the reach, and that's the third.
Just another bad closeout by Ziegler.
There's Danny. Kind of split emotions today. It's not the first time, I don't imagine, the White family has been an administrator on one side with activity on the other. Mike played his college ball at Ole Miss.
I like an AD that sits with the people.
Yes.
Right? He's not up in a suite protected, but high security around him. Go sit with the people. That's what great ADs do, man.
It helps when you've got family history in the business. Brian, the AD at FAU, Maria, assistant athletic director at SMU, and Kevin, well-respected, former AD at Duke. It also helps when you win the bowl game, right? Because those football fans aren't as tempted to come sit next to you.
That's what it was. Exactly right.
Here's Ziegler for three. Trying to make up for that reach-in foul, and Zakai Ziegler's got 11 on 3 threes.
Everything he does with guts and confidence. Even his mistakes are fueled by it.
Wow, Fleming got right to the rim.
I'm telling you, he's really good. I think he's feeling like I belong in this league, maybe for the first time from the inside out, because he has taken it to Tennessee so far.
Here's Ziegler again. That one's short. A little hip check right in front of the bench. And they're going to get Brandon McKissick. He said, I was just boxing out. It was more of a Shakira type box out. The hips don't lie, Jimmy.
It sure was. He was okay until that right there. That little extra move to the right side, I think, did they call the foul?
They did. And it's a third on McKissick.
I have not heard a better game day voice in shoot-arounds than McKissick. Right. Every single time I watch Florida, his voice resonates, man, with everyone in the building.
It starts at their stretch when he calls out each and every player by name or by nickname or by number. Kind of like what they do at the right field bleachers at Yankee Stadium. Get everybody involved. Here's James with the turnaround. Tennessee's put a nice little run together, and the Volunteers have made this a 5-point game.
Yeah, it's a pretty small lineup that Rick Barnes has on the floor, so he inverts Josiah Jordan James, lets him play with his back to the basket.
DeRuggi, no. And a rebound ends up in Vescovy's hands. James will put it on the floor. The lob off the mark. Tennessee worked on that good chunk of shoot-around today.
Yeah, you just got to throw it up a little higher, a little softer. Good find by Appleby. Wow.
Kawasi Reeves too strong. DeRuggi went flying in, no whistle. There's something about these team colors on the same floor. Not just bring out the emotions in the players, but the fan bases as well.
Nice.
Off the window, come on.
Really good inside screen action by Tennessee. I mean, when the game gets tight, Rick Barnes goes inside. That's just in his DNA. It always has been and always will be.
Thompson Bowling coming alive, closest since the 7-minute mark of the first half. And it's DeRuggi who commits his second. Tennessee will have a look at a tie. And finally, Jimmy, Thompson Bowling living up to its reputation.
It all started when Shakira started shaping her hips in the far corner.
This may sound mad, But this place is about to get even louder.
Look at this. This is the best of the best.
This is best of all time territory. Number 12, Kentucky. Number 5, Kansas. Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
For me, one of the best things about life is that we keep moving forward. We discover exciting new technologies, redefine who we are and how we want to lead our lives. Basically, we choose what we want our future to look like. So what's yours going to be?
Welcome to the McLaren Formula One Q&A. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Zach. Can we meet Lando?
Can we bring Lando on stage?
Hi, everyone. It's Lando.
It's Lando.
Lando, who has the best fans? England, Germany, or France?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's put up a poll.
Come on, England. Germany.
With WebEx, McLaren F1 team fans get even closer.
Let's go racing.
Introducing the WebEx Suite, driving hybrid work.
Doug.
And it's easy to customize your insurance at libertymutual.com, so you only pay for what you need. Isn't that right, Limu? 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 Sorry, one sec. Yeah. There he is.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
With my hectic life, you'd think retirement would be the last thing on my mind.
Hey, Mom, can I go play video games?
Sure.
After homework.
Thankfully, Voya provides comprehensive solutions and shows me how to get the most out of my workplace benefits.
What's the Wi-Fi password again?
Here you go.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Voya helps me feel like I got it all under control. Because I do.
Oh, she is good. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Cold season is back. Bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. With 25% more concentrated power. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Oh, what a relief it is. So fast. Also try it for cough, mucus, and congestion.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The winning move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the stylish Lexus RX. Experience amazing at your local Lexus dealer. Back at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, this great rivalry. And Jimmy, Coach Barnes introduced us to something new today.
Yeah.
Ham and Goody's been around since 1978. World famous lemon cookies.
He said, Jimmy, you won't be able to eat just one of the lemon ice cookies. And there was a dozen to start with. We got this bad boy down to 3.
It's a lot lighter now.
Yes, but man, Ham and Goodies right now, and then CJ Tacos is waiting on me afterwards.
The diet starts
at the hotel.
tomorrow.
Yeah, the diet starts tomorrow just to share the sugar. Tennessee has done that. They got 13 assists on their 16 makes. Really, both ball clubs really keeping the ball hot and sharing it well.
Here's Kennedy Chandler working around that trap. Florida extending the defense again. That's what they're so good at in the first half, and they forced Tennessee into a shot that was short, and then James commits the foul. It's a second on Josiah Jordan-James. Foul trouble kind of piling up for Tennessee. Chandler's got 3. Ziegler's got 3. Vescovy played with 2. Good chunk of the first half.
Tom, again, the details of defense. Fleming challenges his shot, boxes off, beats the guy to the ball, and gets a foul because of it. It just takes 3 or 4 possessions a game to go from good to really, really good defensively for your team.
It's like an extra spoonful of sugar in the lemon cookie. Vescovy pushes it. Kamwa gathers. And he gets it up and in. Great look by Vescovy.
And a great job by Kamwa to stick that pivot foot and not lift it off the ground. It was a hard catch that he went up and got. but very impressed with the discipline of his feet.
Here's Appleby. Shot clock at 7. Rises. Drains it.
Man. From Jacksonville, Arkansas. So he and I got a little bit of a connection every time we see each other. We got a special handshake I can't tell you about. But Appleby is balling right now in Knoxville.
What's the mascot of Jacksonville High School?
I should know that.
Powell tried to dump it inside. Kama again. Great hands inside. And Gatek comes out of there with it.
Florida's got a fight on the boards. They're being doubled up right now. Last time I looked, it's 23 to 10 on the rebounding. Tennessee with the advantage. Florida's got to fight on the glass to stay in this game.
Another 3, but that one off the back of the rim, and then a foul after.
I want to say Jacksonville read something maybe. Watch the feet of Kamwa. Boom, he goes up and gets it. Now stick that pivot foot. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. Really well done, man. That's a lot of big guys will drag that thing, but he keeps that toe pointed down straight and just pivots himself into a nice angle.
Third on James. Jacksonville Red Devils.
That's what it was. I knew it was red something.
Well traveled. Powell with the takeaway. Florida getting sloppy. Chandler left it short.
Man. Powell blows up the dribble handoff, and KC can't finish it off on the other end.
On the other side, James pulls down the miss from Jones. Here's Fulkerson, shoves it over to Powell, and he shares it to Vescovi.
What a cut.
It finds its home. It's a one-point game.
I know the pass was good, but the cut was vicious. I saw a couple of those last night by Kellen Grady, Kentucky, but Vescovi just sprinted, man, to the offside three-corner.
Reeves working on Vescovi. Halfway home, Gatek with the rebound, and he gets his first bucket at a timely moment.
Mike White really likes this kid. He's gonna have to put on some weight and some strength, but he's got a motor that's really hard to find, and a guy that's 6'9".
Chandler will go to the free throw line after the third personal on Myron Jones.
I'm watching Vescovi just sprint down that left side. I mean, he cuts that thing with a purpose, and Powell does a good job of finding him, trusting that the shooter would eventually be there, because he actually released that ball before Vescovi was set. Just trusting that we always fill that backside corner. And is that kid good and in phenomenal shape, as your best shooter should be, in constant motion. 25 in white.
Vescovi's got 17 points. He's made 5 of 6 from 3. He has half of Tennessee's three-point makes tonight. Another one coming for Chandler. Came in at just 60% from the free throw line. The freshman knocks them both down. Once again, a one-point game. Tennessee hasn't led since it was a 10-8 game.
Someone's gonna have to drive it.
Gatek pulls up. Fulkerson got a piece of it. DeRougie found it. Everything's coming up Gators tonight.
Man, how fast was DeRougie with his eyes to find the ball and his feet to go get it?
Vescovi finds Powell. Great recovery by Florida. Fulkerson going to work. Extra pass, Powell 3, too strong. And on the ground, Crossy Reeves.
Tennessee really pressured the ball hard. Feeling like, can anyone from Florida go by us off the bounce? And I don't know the answer to that yet, because I'm not sure Florida can.
James with the denial turns it into a Tennessee takeaway. Just the third steal for Tennessee. They came in 11th in the nation in steals.
With Appleby out of the game, Tennessee just turned the heat up with their defense.
Fulkerson wanted to go high-low. Now he eventually does. And James goes down hard. We got a timeout on the floor. This rivalry will come down the wire. It's Florida clinging to a 3-point lead on the road in Knoxville.
Welcome to the big time.
Big 12 SEC Challenge.
This is high-level energy. Both ends of the court. This game is not for the soft of body or weak of mind tonight. Oh, my goodness!
Welcome back, college basketball.
Any one of you could be the murderer. We're all stars of our own movie. The same thing could happen, but you see it in a different way.
We're gonna live forever!
Hello? I need a clue. Do you got another clue for me?
If you're always asking, where next? Capital One has a new class of travel card for you. Introducing Venture X. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Find your where next with Venture X. What's in your wallet?
You are an electric vehicle. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car, made by a company whose EVs have gone 5 billion miles. For every highway, every driveway, and every speedway. And where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. This is the new Nissan.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Jr. with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
Assuming all NBA players want rings. It's like assuming State Farm doesn't have great rates.
Why do we have coasters if nobody gonna use them?
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Google Pixel 6. For all the Bucks fans, Serbian fans who became Nuggets fans, Heat fans who want to get rid of photobomb fans, Magic, Woj bomb fans, Top Shot fans, all the nothing fans.
Are you taking a photo of us? Is that okay?
For that once-in-a-lifetime shot, and fans seeing it up close for the first time. There are so many ways to love the NBA, and the Pixel 6 is built for all of them.
55-52, Florida leads Tennessee. The threes have been the story of this game, and we kind of had a feeling coming in.
Yeah, well, you know that Florida relies on the three ball, but Tennessee, Tom, right at half of their attempts in this game have been from the three-point line. Why is that significant? Because Florida, on the year, opponents are only getting 29% of their attempts off from the three-point line. Florida is so quick and athletic and smother you at the three-point line. It's difficult just to get good shots off. But Tennessee's had an answer for that. They've got 19 of their shots off from that three ball. It's the shot fakes, it's the paint punches, and that side-to-side ball movement that has gotten Florida in some long closeouts and allowed Tennessee to shoot almost 20 three-point attempts in this game so far.
Tennessee has already doubled the season average of made threes per game for a Florida opponent. And the Gators in their wins, as Josiah Jordan-James has another free throw coming, have held their opponent to just 25% shooting from three. James knocks them both down. Word from Florida that center Jason Jitobo will not return to this game. He's out with an eye injury. Remember, early this half, he took a hand across the face on a rebound opportunity.
You combine that with Castleton being out, and we mentioned at the top of the show, Florida is 11 points better per 100 possessions when Castleton's on the floor. So those two combined, you've got a hole to dig yourself out of right now if you're Florida, but so far so good.
Fulkerson forced DeRuggi into a bad shot. Vescovi gets free.
Wow.
And he goes offhand for the reverse. Tennessee's first lead since it was a 10-8 game.
Tom Vescovi could not make that play even last year because his body wasn't even close to what it is now. He has worked his tail off to be in phenomenal shape, and it's made him almost a half step or a full step quicker, and here it is on display. He brings that thing up and boom, right there. That's a pretty good little burst in his awareness to get to the other side of the rim. And Vescovi, as good as he is from the three-point line, he's becoming really crafty at finishing at about a 60% rate on his rim shots over the last 3 weeks.
Personal foul on John Fulkerson, his first. Vescovi's got a game-high 19 points. McKissick working on James. Shot clock at 5. McKissick's got to hurry. He got James in the air. Mike White didn't get the whistle. He's beside himself. Vescovi rejected to the cheerleaders. Wow, what a block by Flan Fleming. Mike White cannot believe he didn't get this foul call.
How is this not a foul? I said stay down because Josiah Jordan-James just smokes him while he's in the air. I mean, Josiah Jordan-James comes right down on top of McKissick. And that is a foul in every day in college basketball. The hustle by Fleming to erase it, but my goodness.
Missed opportunity for Florida. Should have been 3 free throws for McKissick. Instead, Tennessee with a chance to add to the lead. Vescovi. Nope. Fulkerson kept it alive. That is a John Fulkerson staple. Reminiscent of those old Dean Smith coach Carolina teams. Just tap it out if you can't get it.
Tommy, it's so hard for Mike White right now to put that not called foul behind him and move on to coach. I've been in that spot. It requires all the discipline that you can muster up to keep coaching through it right now. Now, he'll get a shot at those officials at the next time out, but right now he's got to get his mind on the game, and I trust Mike to do it, but it is not easy to do.
Feels like a 6-point swing. Tennessee got a 3 on the other end, and Florida should have been shooting 3 free throws on this end. Here's Appleby. Side step 3, and the sidewinder no good. Fleming, no, and Powell saves it. Mike White is staring a hole through Vladimir Voyer-Tadal's head after he didn't make that call right in front of the Florida bench. 7-0 Tennessee run the last 2.5 minutes.
There's a side screen on the inside, small on big.
Fulke goes to his left.
It worked. We saw it last night. Ben Howland did it a couple times for Mississippi State. You get a guard screening on the big, you can't switch, and it gets your guy a good look.
It's been a game of runs, so the Gators have a run in them.
Well, Fulke in space is when he's at his best, but this time he has to make a play through contact. And Mike White has just not let that last call go, nor should he, by the way. A huge call that didn't go his way, but that side screen, Tom, you can't switch it. If you do, then it's automatic mismatch. Because you can't switch it, you get a good, deep post touch for your post play.
Moments ago, Pat Adams went up to Mike White, had a long explanation for the Florida head coach.
I don't know what it would be. I honestly don't know what it would be.
Gators trailed by 6. Appleby off of his foot. Mike White says, we're good, we're good. Florida has gone on runs in this game of 15-0 and 10-0. Little 2-2-1. Back to man. Tennessee has scored the last 9. Kamwa got into the paint and couldn't fit it home. 7 Florida turnovers this half after only 4 in the first half. DeRougie down the lane.
So explosive, and he is so dangerous in the middle third of the floor, but nobody gets back.
And Calmo fits that one home.
Tom, that's on Appleby and Jones. I mean, those are your guards on the floor. As soon as DeRougie started attacking the rim, they should be sprinting back, and they got caught watching. Things you cannot do when you're on the road and you're down, down a couple of possessions. Tennessee will try to pop that ball in any closeout. Florida trying to see the official make a call.
It's DeRougie again. So Jimmy, Florida without a post presence, they're still getting paint points though.
They are, because of the drive ability of DeRougie, and he's become more than just a one-sided driver. He can go right and he can go left, and he's always a threat to spin at the rim.
Here's Chandler, floater, and now suddenly Tennessee can't miss. Appleby out to Fleming. Ball fake. Pat Adams didn't blow the whistle. Tennessee's got the rebound. Walk. And we got a jump ball. It will be Tennessee's basketball.
I bet Mike White is going to have a conversation still about the missed call. And here he goes. Right to Pat Adams.
That's 6. He said we're missing 6 of them.
What is an overpass? Come on. Question, is that an S or a 5?
I think it's a 5.
I thought so. Frustration loading.
Nobody wants more robot tests, but we could all use more ways to save.
Star latte for Rob Ott or Rob Ott.
Error human.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
Let me tell you, you want to be successful? You gotta hustle. You gotta go the extra mile. Make a name for yourself. Have a firm grip. Always dress for success, and you gotta show them who's boss.
Thanks for coming in. We'll get back to you. Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
This may sound mad. You want a great environment? We got a great environment. But this place is about to get even louder. Here we go, baby. I'm on a whole nother level. Because this isn't just a clash of blue bloods. This is going to be a dogfight in the best venue in college basketball. This is best of all time territory. Look at this. This is the best of the best. Experience Kentucky, Kansas, the Big 12 SEC Challenge, Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
Deliver that sweet day, cheat day. Never miss a beat day. Sunday, fun day. Get up off your bum day. Chilling in your PJs, working on the weekdays. Living like a freak day. When you feel like you deserve a peace day. Work day, sport day, payday, mayday. Hey, it's nice to see you day. Traffic's light day, take another bite day. And I'm gonna start a fight day. Celebrate any day with edible. Be sweet today.
Dr. Vanderspiegel. Glad to have you back in Patience. Speech.
Get out of my house. My people are coming to kill everyone.
You have to do something about this. You're an alien. Phone home.
You have no idea who you are dealing with.
I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot.
You know, it's getting weird.
Sean and Zubin here in the studio. Monday, Sean, Ole Miss took care of Florida, who we're watching. Hang tight here. Ole Miss looking good against the Hogs.
Yeah, getting out in transition, looking good. But the other way, J.D. Note, you got to know where he is. The leading scorer inside the SEC. Big first half for him. 14 points, 7-point lead for Arkansas.
And that is in Oxford. Elsewhere around the country, North Carolina with a 2-point lead, really struggling this season. Maybe tonight's the night they turn it around. Miami in front 2. Tom?
All right, Zubin, thanks. You mentioned that game at Ole Miss tonight. That's been a busy venue. Florida was just there. A frustrating loss Monday night. Let's go back to when it was a 2-point game and this no call.
There's no explanation. That was a complete blown call. And for a minute and 30 seconds of the 2-minute timeout, Mike White was with the officials, not accepting any explanation that they gave him, nor should he. That was a blown call. This is a good crew. But they'll go back and look at it and see the same thing. It is a key point in this game. A one-possession game, and you miss a chance to go and make 3 free throws. I love what Mike White did. He spent the whole time out with those officials, driving the point home again. That was a blown call.
By the way, on the ensuing possession, Tennessee hit a 3, grew the lead to 5. And now it's 6. Here's Kennedy Chandler. And big-time rebound yanked down by Gatkick.
Well, he's missed a couple of layups, has he not, in the last 5 minutes?
Appleby drives and kicks. And Florida with the answer from Myron Jones.
But the Jacksonville Red Devil, Appleby, has been so good in this game. Man, he has gone with speed with his feet, speed with his eyes to find people. Just tremendous by 22 in blue.
Hadn't started the last 4 games. Kamwa throws it away. The door is certainly open for Florida, a team that's gone on multiple runs tonight.
Watch Appleby right here. That ball gets reversed in transition. Boom, just explode. Win the play with your eyes and find Myron Jones at the slot. And Appleby is seeing the floor, man, just really, really well. About as good as I've seen him this year.
Florida 35% from 3 tonight. Downhill, another kick. Jones again. And DeRougie found the rebound. Kawasi Reeves, no.
I mentioned in the first half, Florida taking 9 3-point shots per game from the corner. Man, they flood you there and keep your defense balanced on that baseline.
Vescovy off the mark. Here's Appleby. Gators trail by 3. Mike White sends in the play call. Let's see where they go. Remember, no post presence. DeRougie's turned into a driver. They still have gotten points in the paint. Shot clock at 9. Fleming fires. Back rimmed it.
The ball never got downhill or was even a threat to get downhill in that possession by Florida.
Florida without its starting center, Colin Castleton, once again. He's out for the 4th straight game. And their backup, Jason Jatobo, who got the start, is out with an eye injury.
Tom is pretty quick. 16-17 on the shot clock. Pretty quick. Not the shot that Tennessee wants or needs.
Could certainly find better, couldn't they?
Absolutely.
Appleby on Chandler. Turned it over. 5 men's basketball games for you Saturday afternoon on ESPN and the app, starting with Paolo Banchero, number 9 Duke, taking on a Louisville team that will have a new head coach on Saturday afternoon. Chris Mack is out after a 3-year stint as a head coach. Number 1 team in the country, Auburn, survived a scare at Missouri last night. They're home against Oklahoma in the jungle at 2. Part of the 9th annual Big 12 SEC Challenge.
2 hot names for Louisville already, Kenny Payne and Bruce Pearl.
Fulkerson got DeRougie in the air. They're going to count it. And it's a 3rd on DeRougie.
Fulkerson just has the ability to kind of get you twisted with his awkward game. As he pivots into this shot, exactly what he does to DeRougie, just gets him off balance with a strong ball fake.
Fulkerson knows the physicality of this rivalry. He'll be at the line when we return.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
We gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. And we gotta do it fast.
personal record, Limu!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
We're getting destroyed out there. We need a plan.
I have a plan. Right now, at T-Mobile, customers on Magenta Max can get the new iPhone 13, and T-Mobile will pay for it.
Upgrade to the iPhone 13 on us.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Relief. Dissolves quickly, instantly ready to start working. So you can bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Now available for fast sinus relief.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order?
Can I get 2 patty melts?
Melting the cheese. Order up.
Sonic patty melt.
People assume these photo shoots are easy.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance. For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, call or click to get a quote today.
Boom! I was able to boost my credit score 21 points using Experian Boost.
I boosted my credit score with Experian Boost, and it was free.
Experian Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you? Boost your credit scores instantly. Free. Download the Experian app now.
Hey, pass me a Pepsi.
I mean, can you drink any louder? Hand me some Lay's.
Did you eat any louder?
It's normal to eat loud. Drinking loud makes no sense.
Sean and Zubin in the studio. Let's get you caught up on a little Big East. If you aren't paying attention down in SEC country, Providence just plays a great basketball.
They are. Al Durham's been outstanding, but Xavier really creeping back in this game in the second half thanks to 54% shooting and doing a lot of work in the paint.
And then we got the second half of our double dip time on the way. Oklahoma, West Virginia out of the Big 12 until this weekend when we hit the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Back to you guys in SEC country.
All right, Zubin, thanks. You had 2 teams in Oklahoma and West Virginia anxious to get a win before they step into the challenge. John Fulkerson knows the physicality of this series. We said that going to the break. This is him getting a hard foul from Anthony DeRougie. Pales in comparison to what he caught from Omar Payne in Nashville last year.
Yeah, Fulkerson was dropped right, boom, by Omar Payne, and those 2 guys came back together and on social media contacted each other, but that was a tremendous blow that Fulky took. And I think because he finished his year last year like that, part of the reason that drove him back to be a Tennessee Vol this year. And his game has been all about can he create space and not have to play through contact, but he has handled it well tonight, 2 or 3 plays.
And he makes it a 3-point play. He's got 7. Tennessee's lead is 6, and the Volunteers show full court pressure. Florida wasn't expecting that.
Tennessee has made 24 shots in the game, Tom, 21 assists. That's how good and clean and crisp they have been with the ball. That's a shove by Fulky.
Yep. And it's his second.
And you just shove the screener in the back and out there in the middle in front of everyone. That's an easy call to make. Watch on the right side. That's a foul. You can't shove from behind, and that's an easy call.
What if we're at Ham and Goodies and I'm pushing out of the way to get more lemon cookies?
It's okay there.
All right.
Yeah. Don't let me eat another one today. We started with 12. We're down to 3. And I had a large part in that math equation.
DeRougie hits the front end. I'm proud of you. How old is John Fulkerson? This guy's been around for a while. His career is one of the longest in college basketball currently. He's 24 years old, 4th oldest player in college basketball. His career spanned 3 U.S. presidencies. More than 180 NBA
tremendous.
players are younger than John Fulkerson right now.
That is tremendous.
He is beloved in Vol Nation. Nobody who's played more games in a Tennessee career than John Fulkerson. He told me a couple of games ago, he said one thing he wants to do before he leaves is lead the band. And a famous shot of Peyton Manning on the ladder leading the band. He said that's what he wants to do before he leaves.
Shot fake. That shot fake was really good. Tennessee's really good at it. It's not just Vescovi. All of them understand the use of it. They got Fulke a clean look at the rim from about 10 feet away.
Here's Appleby.
And can you get DeRougie involved right here as a driver or certainly on the offensive glass? He has been your guy. Here he is. Go to work for.
Shot clock at 2. Just shoot over the top. And nobody in there to rebound for Florida with DeRougie getting back.
Good job by Fulkerson to not retreat on that ball fake and jab step by DeRougie. He held his ground and forced a tough 2.
Look at this. Fleming with the steal. Chandler ripped it back. It'll be Florida basketball with 2:32 to play.
It would have been so easy for Chandler to give up on the play and get embarrassed because he got ripped. But what does he do, man? He sprints in front of the ball and gets his hands back on the ball right there. Good effort, good hustle. Fight back by Chandler.
Florida uses a timeout. Tennessee has outscored the Gators 36-22 this half. How has Tennessee done it?
Well, I think the energy level of Ziegler always affects the game, first of all. But Tom, to my point about their assist rate, their ball movement down here in the second half has been really, really good. When they've thrown it inside, they've handled the double teams well. They've kept that ball moving from side to side. In typical Rick Barnes fashion, he finds a way to hammer the ball inside. He's done it with some size screens. He's also worked guys off in terms of ball screen dives. But that inside-out attack has resulted in a 3-ball for Tennessee well today.
Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. Big 12 SEC Showdown. Number 4 Baylor goes on the road to Alabama. The Bears lost consecutive Big 12 games. Kentucky coming off of an overtime win last night. And they get a Kansas team that had 2 overtimes to beat Texas Tech. Saturday at 6 o'clock, we finish with Tennessee and Texas.
And back-to-back huge games on Big Monday. Texas Tech and Kansas last night. Mississippi State and Kentucky both going to overtime. I cannot figure out Alabama. Cannot figure out Alabama, and Alabama can't figure out themselves right now.
Little Fulmer knows this rivalry well. He knows that Alabama rivalry from both sides. Myron Jones gets it to go. He's got 10 now.
You did Alabama last night, right?
Yeah.
What is going on with that team?
They rise and fall to the level of their opponent, which means you should be in for a great game against Baylor. But it wouldn't be a good game if it was Mary Hardin Baylor.
It would not. It would not. But well, that is a lack of toughness in my eyes, and I think Nate Oates sees the same thing with his guys right now. You can't rise and fall based upon who you're playing or who you think you're playing.
Brandon McKissick went down awkwardly. Maybe got it on the tailbone. He commits a foul, and it's his 4th.
McKissick's such a tough guy, man. Former Defensive Player of the Year. You know what? You, as an official, you're taught to officiate from the ground up and read the defense. And that was a closer call than what we initially thought. But McKissick was doing a good job of moving his feet.
You had Kentucky for that big win last night. Everybody's chasing undefeated Auburn 8-0. A 1-point win on the road at Missouri last night. Not all they could handle from Cuonzo Martin's team. Texas A&M looking to get back on the winning side, 4-2 in the conference. Here's Vescovi. Shot clock now at 5. Chandler pulls. And a rebound to Appleby. Gators trail by 4. Into the corner for 3. Off the top of the backboard.
Okay. Play through it, man. Didn't go your way, play through it.
Well, he came in cold, just 2 for his last 21 from 3, but McKissick had made a couple tonight.
It feels like a must-stop possession for Florida, and they're capable of getting it. They got some steel to their teeth now on this defensive end when they have to have a stop.
Shot clock inside 10 seconds again.
Small team,
Vescovi.
Tom, can Florida finish out the defensive possession with the rebound?
Near steal. It'll be Tennessee basketball, but only 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
They know exactly what they're going to on this side out of bounds.
Pat Adams talking with the scores table. And Tennessee got a timeout, I believe. Pat wants to take another look. I want to see if Florida indeed was the last team to touch it, so they'll take a look at instant replay and see if the call was right on the floor.
Two players have to be involved in the play, and the call has to be made.
Did it go off of Vescovi's left leg? I don't think it did, but that seems to be what we're looking at.
And it is so close from that view. I mean, Pat has a really good look at him. He's in great position. His eyes are down on that ball. I don't think he can overturn what his eyes told him in the live possession.
From that angle, we also can't see clearly whose hand was on the ball. And Pat says it will stay Tennessee basketball. Okay, what do you draw? Side out of bounds, 2 seconds in the shot clock.
Well, you'd love to be able to throw the ball near the rim. You know, you don't want to settle for a three here. And Rick Barnes is really good on side out of bounds plays. They got a play called Warrior where they circle guys. Ultimately, Fulkerson ends up with a touch at the rim. A lot of attention given to Fulkerson right now by Mike White on the sidelines. He's kind of sniffing out the same thing that I'm thinking.
Try to get Vescovy to the corner. James turns. And it's rebounded by Fleming, who got taken down by Vescovy. And it's Vescovy's third. 1 minute to play and a 4-point game. And Florida coming down the other way after that whistle.
Tom, that's a small team that Mike White has on the floor. So all 5 guys have to gain rebound. And a strong two-hand grown man board by Flan Fleming. And they walk to the other end to make this a one-possession game.
Flanders Fleming, 8th in the SEC at 80% from the free throw line of the season. He grew up knowing this conference well from Athens, Georgia. He grew up a Georgia football fan, and he drew the ire of the Florida faithful when he congratulated Georgia on the national championship. Timeout taken by Tennessee.
Tom, I think Rick took the timeout trying to get the officials to look at that last play. Now, it was in front of his bench. I thought he was signaling there was a hook and hold involved, but he's taking the timeout to get those officials on that monitor. There's a little bit of hook and hold there. He's saying with DeRougie on Vescovy. He's got him clamped right there. But that's exactly what he's wanting the officials to look at, and I think that's what's going to be up on their monitor. Was it a clamp? Was it a hook and hold? Hard to tell, but that's why the timeout was called by Rick Barnes.
There's a new era of coaching within the SEC where coaching staffs can use iPads with the same video capabilities that the referees use to look and monitor these replays. So these staffs, if you have someone dedicated to it, has the ability to look at it instantaneously and to turn to Rick Barnes and say, hey, there was something there.
Well, this is a monumental call in this game. We've done a good job overall in college basketball getting those hook and hold calls out of the game. The next thing we got to get out of the game is the flop warning, and we continue, I believe, to move in that direction. The officials want the flop warning out of the game. And I've been calling that for 2 years and had a good conversation with Rick Barnes today, who's on the rules committee about it. There's no reason to continue to give that warning on those flop situations. I think the other thing we're looking at getting out of the game, don't be surprised if it doesn't come up, not starting the game with a jump ball. Starting the game with a designated home team or visitors taking it out of bounds on the side. And that's the play that we're looking at, Tom. Is that, how do you see it?
Well, to me, the telling point is that DeRougie still has him clamped when they both leave the floor. But prior to that, I really don't see it being enough to warrant a foul, except that it continues halfway across the lane. And for example, before they leave the floor, I don't see it being an issue. That's tough.
It's literally a call that could go either way. There's enough evidence there to call the hook and hold. There's enough to say that the guys just got tangled up. It was a basketball play trying to box off. Right now it's just all in the eyes of our officials working back through the SEC office.
Yeah, collaborative replay in the SEC back in Birmingham, helping out with eyes and ears. It's a 4-point game as it stands. What do you think Mike White's reaction is going to be if they get DeRougie for a hook here?
It won't be pleasant. You won't be wishing happy holidays to anyone.
Well, keep an eye on Pat Adams going over to Mike White to explain it to him.
They're going with a hook and hold. And Vescovi will shoot 2 shots in Tennessee ball, and that news will not be well accepted by Mike White.
It's been a frustrating up and down season for Florida. Lost 3 conference games, won 3. They coming off a tough loss, a tough second half at Ole Miss on Monday night, and you can feel the tension on that Florida bench. Playing without their star Colin Castleton. Vescovi is near perfect at the free throw line late.
Tom, this game is so hard, man, on your gut as a coach. You had a call that did not go your way in the filing of the 3-point shooter, and now this one that was really a coin toss. I think when I looked at it, also doesn't go your way. Be a sleepless night for Mike White.
To take the foul off Vescovi. He is now, by the way, 47 of 50 from the free throw line in the last 4 minutes or overtime of his college career. That's 95%.
I turned you on to that stat last year, if I remember.
You sure did. You got me straightened out early. Anything else I can help you with?
No, you're good. No, we're square.
Florida desperate for a stop here. Shot clock will get inside 10.
Got to get Chandler downhill, right? Go.
Hesitated. Now on DeRougie. Spins in the lane, finger roll, and he got a whistle and a foul.
That has become one of the options that Tennessee uses to try to close you out. A little bit of a smoke screen. Wasn't much of a screen for Chandler to work off of to make sure that second defender doesn't blitz him and trap him out of it. This kid is really difficult to stay in front of.
That's a 5th on DeRougie. Remember, he had the hook and hold a moment ago after review, and he's still curious. What do you mean that's my 5th? The 4th was the hook and hold, and Anthony DeRougie is done for the night. Don't forget, Oklahoma and West Virginia, Big 12 action coming up next. We'll get you there as soon as we finish in Knoxville.
For Florida to be in this game without Colin Castleton and without Jitobo for pretty much 3/4 of the ball game, the fight factor, the care factor, the grit factor, not in question at all by Florida tonight. They have brought it. They're just outmanned right now, and a couple of breaks didn't go their way.
So Kennedy Chandler just 60% from the line, but tonight 2 for 2. He stays perfect on the evening. Florida got off to a sensational start. Gators led this game by 8 at the half. And it didn't feel that close. An 11-point lead with about a minute to play in the half. But Tennessee has outscored them by 16 in the second half. And the Volunteers 36 seconds away from another win here in Knoxville. Pat Adams is telling the Florida guys to stop and telling Mike White to tell his guys to stop.
Tom, I'm just telling you, man, you pour 3 days into preparation as a staff. and you lose sleep over it, you're watching film, you're making sure you've done all you can, and you fight your guts out with your guys, it's not easy to accept a loss, nor should it be. Florida has done all they can to give themselves a puncher's chance. The thing is still not over. Obviously, it's a 2-possession game. Gators been caught shorthanded. Right?
Gators trying to avoid what would be their 6th consecutive loss here in Knoxville. 6-point game. They've got the 3-point shooters to get back in this game, but they've been quiet from behind the arc in the second half.
Tennessee has the ability to clamp your water off from certain spots on the floor, no matter where you're hurting them. They can double you out of the post touches. They can take away your threes by being very disciplined with their closeouts. Because Florida was, man, they were moving that ball and knocking in threes at a high rate in that first half, and Tennessee had to adjust to it. You've heard me say it before, really good teams fix the problem within the game. They don't wait till the next day in practice and break down the film. Can you fix the problem now? That's what teams that go to the NCAA tournament and win a game or two are able to do, and I think Tennessee has that ability.
We'll get you to Big 12 action, West Virginia and Oklahoma. As soon as we finish here, Oklahoma's lost 4 straight. West Virginia trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Chandler gets it into James, coughed it up. It'll be Florida basketball with 33.6 left.
Yeah, Tennessee really flooded that last 15 feet of the floor with how they're running their press offense. You got 3 guys lined up not too far away from each other, just a lot of traffic, and that's clearly off of JoJo. And Florida's still right in this game.
Tennessee turned it over 11 times in the first half, only 3 turnovers this half. Mike White out to talk with Pat Adams.
You got to. Florida had a formation set up to just kind of bull rush the rim and try to get a quick 2 or circle a guy out of it. Mike White looks up and realizes that Tennessee's in pretty good position to take away that formation, so he calls timeout to get a better look going.
Rick Barnes asking for clarification. Let's get some of any sort from the studio. Take you back to Zubin and Sean.
All right, Tom, we'll be back to you in just one moment. Important call here, obviously, coming at Thompson-Boling. Just a reminder, as you mentioned, for those viewers looking for Oklahoma and West Virginia, it's currently airing on ESPN News right on ESPN2 when you guys are done in Knoxville. Back for the final half minutes.
Maybe who would make sure it went off of.
All right, so we're trying to figure out on this end exactly what they're looking at. We don't have clarification just yet. It seemed clear that it was off Josiah Jordan-James. And I think what happened, Jimmy, I think Mike White just stole a timeout. Because Pat Adams, Pat Adams said, "You really want me to look at this?" And Mike said, yes, I do. Now, he's got 1 left, so he gets Pat to go look at it. He knows it's clear. Florida steals a timeout. He's got one in his back pocket. It's Florida basketball on the baseline. That's as good an explanation as any at this point.
Because it was off of Josiah Jordan-James, right? So Mike wouldn't be questioning who was out of bounds off of, right?
Unless he wanted to get a stoppage, and he got it, and he got a 3. Applebee's got 16. Gators still have a timeout if they want to use it. Tennessee gets it in bounds, and a quick foul. And I don't know, any time even came off the clock, and Tennessee would be shooting at the other end.
What a shot from that deep corner. We talked about how many Florida shoots per game. Appleby, the rise and the release has been so good for Appleby in this game. Just jumps up and sticks one, and life alive still for the Florida Gators.
So you follow me on that
yes,
review? I think Mike said, I want you to look at it, and Pat said, but it's your ball. I'm not going to, no, go look at it. He goes to the table. Rick Barnes says, hold on, he's stealing a timeout. Here's Vescovy.
And I thought Rick was wanting the officials to look at it. Either way, it's worked out in Florida's favor. The guy that can close out games better than anyone in college ball from the line.
What's that number?
Line. He doesn't miss in the last 4 minutes. The bottom line is, dude doesn't miss. Still plenty of time left, right? 30 seconds. You got a 5-point game. And a guy like Appleby and DeRougie, guys that can get downhill in a hurry.
Fleming pushes it. Turnaround short. James Florida comes out of there with it. There's 18 seconds left. A forced three is too strong, and it's Tennessee basketball with 14.6 left.
Yeah, Reeves did not need to jump up and shoot that one. They had time to move that basketball and get a cleaner look.
Tutsa Gatek will return from Florida. He's got fouls to give. Mike White has been all over Pat Adams and his crew in his second half.
No grace given whatsoever from coach to official. He's just checking who it went off of just to make sure. Yeah, it's off the legs of Elijah Kennedy, right?
Yep.
Tennessee's flooding that part of the floor game with a lot of bodies. Makes it tough.
There's a stoppage with 12.8 left. Mike saying that's not a foul. My guys are right here. But it stops the clock.
Yeah, he had a trap set on that sidelines.
Tennessee in the double bonus. Freshman Kennedy Chandler. Out of Memphis, Briarcrest to the free throw line. He makes two, and it's academic. Got the first one down.
His voice is starting to grow just a little bit. Today was the first shoot around. I've had Tennessee now 5 times. First time I've heard his voice was today. And sometimes it takes freshman point guard to kind of get confident enough to start talking. I'm starting to hear his voice come on for Tennessee.
Big game for the freshmen. Big second half for Tennessee. They've outscored Florida 44-29. Deficit of 7. Appleby off the mark. Tennessee's going to win this one. It's 6 straight at home against Florida. And a tough road trip for Mike White. They dropped to 0-2. 2 losses in the last 3 days. And our final score, 78-71, Tennessee over Florida. For Jimmy Dykes, our fantastic crew, I'm Tom Hart. Time to get you to Big 12 action. It's West Virginia and Oklahoma with Chris Patola. Here's Mark Neely.